Okay, so this is the next part to my start to finish on what is going to be a loaded bag, not an envelope. This is a lunch bag, and it's easily accessible. You can find it anywhere, supermarkets, craft stores, everywhere. The cheapest, of course, being the supermarket type. And it's just a boring brown paper bag, and I'm using this particular one because it is fall theme that I'm doing, and it does match the craft paper that I'm using, which is from Target. Of course, I'm also going to use some of this probably. And then I just got some more paper, but I haven't pulled it all out. I just don't feel like taking everything out right now. So we're going to paper this first before we do our pocket. So let me think, because it is a pocket here, and I need to make an accordion back here, or yeah. Okay, so I am back with the next part to my start to finish on what is going to be a fully loaded bag, not an envelope. And this is just a regular old lunch bag. I picked this color because it reminds me of fall. Plus I do have, that color in like that and some other things. So before I continue making more embellishments for this, I wanted to make the main part, which is going to hold everything. So I don't want to keep making embellishments and then end up finding that they're not all going to fit. So I've had this for years, but you can get lunch bags everywhere, okay? Everywhere, supermarket. I needed some more fall paper aside from these two that I got from Target, only because this is a little longer than those 6x6. So I had picked this up a while back at Tuesday morning for $2.99, and this is something that I thought would go with the fall theme because of the colors. And I really don't have that much paper that has these colors in it because they're not my style, but I like to always keep things handy in case I have to make something with this. Start with that. And cutter. My water. Put this hot. I'm going to turn off my hot glue for now because I know I'll burn myself. Because I don't need that yet. So I've done similar tutorials on how I do the altered bags, where all it is you cover here, here, and here, and then you seal that, and that's it. You're done. You just put your stuff inside, and that's it. But we're going to go a little further here, and I'm not going to do the inside. I don't mind this color showing through, but I have done the insides before. And will I be cutting in there? I don't know. I don't think I will. So I'm going to leave it that way. So how I like to do this is I'll start with my inside, and I simply put it in there to the edge and mark with a pencil. Where to cut. And there is a, what do you call that? A little curve here. So we're going to go and cover that. You won't be seeing that anymore. And now we're just going to cut that. Make sure I'm straight. Okay. So, and usually these bags are not perfect, or the shape is a little off. So there's one. I'm going to go ahead and do the back with the same color. I'm just going to do the same color. And I'm going to mark it the same way. The good thing about having the thin paper on this is it doesn't make your pockets too thick or your bag. It gives it more flexibility. So that should be good. Alright, we're good there. At this point, if you are intending on cutting here, you're also going to do one for the inside. And I think I will. I think I will go ahead. But I want to do something different on the inside because I want to see a different pattern in there. And for this one, because I don't need to go all the way down the bottom, I think I will just go ahead and switch out into one of these papers here. So whatever you want to see being turned in. So I really like this and the orange. Yeah. Just don't. I think this would be cool to see on the inside. It's different. You know what? I'm just going to do it. Okay. So, you know what? This pattern right here is not in here. Usually, when you buy paper, I just noticed that a lot of these patterns on the top are not in here. I'm just saying, when you buy paper pads and they have that little top part like that, it will show you what's in, you know, what it goes with, but this pattern is not in here. It's like it's an incomplete. Even the little triangles are not there. And I saw polka dots in here somewhere. Yeah, there's orange. These polka dots. Is there another pad that I don't have that coordinates with this? Well, we'll never know because I won't buy any more now. I'm done buying fall stuff. At least for crafting. So what I'm going to do with that is just kind of follow this sheet here, but just slightly thinner so that I can insert it. And we'll be putting that on the inside. That way I can cut a slit. So it should slip in good. If it doesn't, then trim some more. Okay, let me see. So that is going to be, if I can get it in there. I think I need to, no, it's in. So now my inside is going to be covered. So maybe I should do this part too, since now I'm doing that. But you would do this, glue it all together, cut, and then you will have that as a backing. So now I decided I'm going to do the inside, which I wasn't going to do the back inside. But I might as well. And you know what? I hate this paper right here, but I'm going to use it. There's a lot of times where there's a paper I don't like, but in the end, after I actually put it in my project and it goes with everything else, then I don't mind it so much. And save that. And I'm going to cut it the same size as this one. Should be the same thing. Okay. Alright. I'm going to glue these in for now, and then I'll do the outside flap or the outside pocket. So we're going to start with the inside. Let's see if this slips in easily. Because if it doesn't, I got to trim somewhere. Should. Okay. So I'm going to use a wet adhesive for this so that I have time to slip this in. I had tried using a runner last time and ended up sticking it too soon, and I couldn't get it down in there. So, what did he say? Here we go. I really don't want it too thick. So I'm more like spreading whatever's there right now. This one was the back. So when you take all the goodies out, you're going to see this in there. And as you see, I turned it upside down now, and I'm going to slip this in while it's all wet and just slide it in there. Okay, and I can always trim the top if it doesn't come out even for me. Okay, so that's one inside. You see it didn't come out even, which is fine. I'm going to cut that. And now we're going to do the other one that goes on the other side. Now on this one, I want to make sure I have enough glue in the middle. This is where I'm going to cut. And if you don't have enough glue there, when you cut and roll your piece, it will come apart because you don't have enough glue. And then I'm going to do the same thing, just slide that in. Not worried that I have some glue here. I'll just take it off for now, but most likely I'll get more back on there. So I'm just going to do that. And we're not worried that we're not going all the way down. Remember, this is going to get folded up, so the only part, like this much, doesn't have that paper on the inside. But now I actually like that, see? Okay, so let's go now to, these are the same, this part. And I'm just going to keep using wet glue, even though you could use your glue runner, but since I have it out. And it's going to make everything kind of wet, especially since this is thin. But that's okay. Try not to get too much. And again, make sure that the center here where you're going to cut has enough glue and your little edges there, so when it all adheres together, it'll be like one piece that you're going to cut through. This is really easy to do. I think it's a lot easier than trying to do an envelope, even though I like doing the envelope too. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. I always make a mess. See, I don't have enough glue here, so you want to make sure you put enough down on your edges so those don't curl up. Okay. And always check to see, make sure that nothing's stuck together and everything is stuck down so it doesn't peel away later. Like this little corner here doesn't want to stay down. Stay down. Alright, now the back. And this is going to go like that, so. And I'm sorry for that shadow. That's really bad, isn't it? Let me put this back a little more. There. It's a little better. And this is actually going to be my front because I'm doing the accordion pocket, so this will actually be in the front when I'm done. And some more over here. Okay. Okay. I'll have some seepage. I always do. That's why I use this nasty looking bone folder for this kind of work. And then I keep other ones for just doing creases without any glue involved. Right there, I just made a big mess. I always keep some paper towels around. Just like my scissors, I'll have scissors that I could cut through anything sticky, and then scissors for fabric, scissors for paper, scissors for fussy cutting. Alright, so there's an unfinished little edge here, so I'm going to take this whole thing and cut it. Just, you know, trim it down. Just going to let it dry first so I don't get glue on my trimmer. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to put down my paper here. So again, we're going to cut a slit here, and then this part is going to show. So now I want something different on that. And let me see how I feel about, is there pumpkins on here? See, I'm trying to find the pumpkins. I don't see pumpkins, and they put pumpkins here, because that would have been a cute paper. I have this that might just be enough. You know what? I'm going to use this paper here so I could use it up, because it's just right. What time is it? Oh, it's close to 7. Yeah, this is good. It brings in the fall leaves. Of course, we always save all these pieces. And cuts about okay, so now we can cover this. If you're going to be doing any inking, you know, if you want to distress, I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to leave things the way they are. But if you do, you would want to do that before putting it on here. Because once you glue everything down, you won't be able to distress that top edge here. I'm going to try to flatten out this little piece there. And let's put this down. I hope I got more of this glue. If not, I'm going to have to use my tacky glue. This is my favorite glue of all. Let me get these corners. I always forget my little corners here. And then things come up and then I get upset. Alright. And I'm not too worried that I'm not getting this complete, you know, coverage here, because I could always add trim if it really bothers me. I'm just trying to get this all to adhere. That's pretty. Okay. So what did I need to do? I could go ahead and I think I could do the pocket right now if I want to. So what is a better, you know, I'm going to try using this tacky glue and see if it holds better, because sometimes when I do my pockets here, they don't want to stay down. So I'm going to try the tacky glue for that. And I like to also glue down this little flap here. This is the bottom of your sack, your paper bag or whatever. And I even like to do this here. I'll do like all of the, just to keep things down. And make it, you know, one piece instead of having all these loose things. I don't know, I just don't like that. So I'm gonna just put it in there, and now I can do my pocket. I'm hoping that I'm on in the frame here. So we're going to see how this holds better, hopefully. I'm always having to reinforce these little pockets here. You do not want to close this part. You want that to be open. This way you can, you see, it opens up and it gives you room. So, okay, the only problem with what I'm about to do, and I had the same problem with a previous pocket. I hope this stays. Is that if you do cut this and fold back, you will see these little corners here. And I'm going to show you what I did with that, or what I'm going to do. Let me even this out a little bit before I continue. This way it's more even on the top there. I don't have that craft showing. Okay, so let's cut this. I'm going to use my Tim Holtz scissors in case it's still wet. All we're going to do is make a slit, and I'm not perfectly in the center. I'm okay with that. And usually I go about, yay. Sometimes I'll put something here. Okay, so now I have an opening, a slit. See, and you see it's going to buckle because you didn't get glue every single inch of this thing, which is perfectly fine. And now I'm going to take, let's see, maybe this one, something wider than a pencil, because I'm going to start working the paper so it works with me when I make my, and it's going to want to tear down here, especially the thinner the paper is. That's fine, you can cover that. It's not a big deal. I like a touch of blue in this, so I'm actually, see, now I'm not hating that paper so much. Okay, so I'm just kind of working it so it will stay in place. Okay, and I don't care if I'm tearing that corner. I'm trying not to tear it, but it's going to happen anyway. And you can just kind of pinch it down just there. Some people literally just fold this. And it's not even, so let me just see if I can get this a little more even. Whoops, see, I ripped it a little too much there, but that's okay. I was just trying to get them a little more even. Alright, so now you see, you can see a really pretty design here. Now you see this part right here? I don't really like that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to snip it. This little piece here, that's the flap, I'm going to cut at an angle following this from in here, not all the way because I can't even reach all the way, just enough. And I'm going to follow my curl here. You don't want to take off too much. See, now you don't really see it. And this side here, same thing. Just follow what you got. I might have gone, yeah, this one needs a little more. Wash my fingers. Okay. Haley might make an appearance pretty soon because you know how she is. She is nosy. Maybe she could try on her new little witch hat that I did for her while she's here. Let's see. Come here, Haley. I made her this. Well, I didn't make it. It's a headband, and I took off the headband part, and I put an elastic. So let's see if she'll put it on camera. Come on, come on. She's not going to be happy about it, but... Come here. Show the people your new hat. She is absolutely not happy. You want to be nosy? Well, come here and try it. She didn't like that. So this was the headband. Goes like this. I took it off and I put this elastic just with hot glue. So I'm going to have my husband help me just so I can get a picture. She did not like that. That's what you get for being nosy. Okay. Sorry. Like I said, she's always distracting me. So here we go. Simple. And now I messed up because I was supposed to have this as my as my front. Alright, you guys. So we are going to work with this. I'm not going to turn back and I'm not going to redo this. I never like to redo a project. I like to work with my mistakes. So we're going to have two pockets. We're going to have this flatter pocket and an accordion fold pocket right in front of that. It is going to cover my paper. Oh well. Only because I can't add more here and still fill this up. I'll have like too much bulk on this side. Yeah. We're going to go with this pattern now. We are going to mark it. And we're going to cut it longer this way because you want a little flap. So I'll show you what I mean when I put this together. Okay. This is getting ridiculous. I think I could put this to the side for a second. I'm going to get my scoring board here. So what I'm trying to do, I'm going to put this down here and I need to mark where I'm going to fold this and give myself a score line or score mark and then fold that. This is going to be a little flap that you attach to this. The cool thing about what I'm doing here now is I guess it's going to work because when the accordion fold is open and there's nothing inside, you will see pattern paper in there. So there, it works out. Alright, so this part will get glued to here. And now we're going to make pieces to go in here. And since I've already cut this up, and it is, well, it's almost the right length, so I need to, how is it not the right length? I need to cut some more off of this. I'm just going to put it in here and then cut. I think I could see that. I'm just going to use my little cutter now. Sometimes I hate pulling out the big one. I'm going to make it even shorter than that a little bit, just so I got a little space to work with. And put that to the side. And what I'm going to do now is, before I even cut the rest, I'm going to go ahead and score my folds. And let's see, they are 1/4 inch marks. Let me see, how many do I need? 1, 2, I don't remember how many I had last time, so I gotta see. I think it is 1, 2, 3, 4 marks. Let me double check. So one side goes in, out, in. No, I need one more at least. And you can make 1/2 inch ones too. I'm just doing this 1/4 inches. Let's see. So you can see how much you want to open it up. So if you want to go further than that, and I think that is fine. So that last one, I'm going to mark it, but that's actually where I'm going to cut. So it's a 1/4 inch, and I'm just going to cut it there. So it's a 1.5 inch width. One and a half right there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the other 1.5 inch. And they're always going to vary for me because I never measure things all the time. And sometimes I'll do it different than the last. But this is the basic gist of it. Make sure. See, that was not 1.5 inch. That was 1 3/4 inches. See what I mean? That's why I don't like to measure things. I always just eyeball stuff. So you can't really go by what I say as far as measurements. Now, okay, no, I think I need that one. And then I'm just going to do my 1/4 inch marks. I don't know what's going on here. And try not to go too deep, like I am. Okay. Should be good now. Here's how. Okay. So we will now fold, and I forgot what you call this, mountain fold, whatever. And I think I did it wrong again. Let me see here. 1, 2. I sure did. I might be cutting off a piece. Because you're supposed to end with the same fold. So if this goes here, then yeah, I'm going to cut that last piece off. So it was 1.5. I just didn't cut 1.5 the first time. Once again, don't follow my instructions when it comes to measurements. I was right the first time. I just didn't do it right the first time. So I'm going to cut that last piece off. Because the last two have to end with in the same direction. Going in. You'll see what I mean. Okay. So here's my folds, and you see how this one's in there. It's not that wide, but you really don't want to get too wide with these things. But it still gives you that extra space. And this part gets glued to here, and this part gets glued to here. Okay, so you have these insides to work with. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put down this piece. I'm going to use the tacky glue. It's a little messy. You can always kind of just spread it out. Just keep some paper towels around. And put it down. Just want to the tacky glue seems to hold a little better. Not that it dries as fast, but it just keeps it in place better for some reason. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to put these things in. And before you do, you want to see if you need to trim it down a little. That's why I said you're going to be cutting it a little shorter. But I think that'll work out fine. Yeah, because I did cut it a little shorter already. So we're just going to glue those. Okay. These here. to this part and hold it in place long enough for it to, and I'm putting it to the edge of this edge here, and I'm giving a little space down below. And I'll show you in a second. I'll get it a little closer to the camera. You can see that there's a little space between here and there. And do this other side. Oops, I thought the cap was on. Okay. And we put that down, same thing. So normally I wouldn't have this extra pocket here, because if it was the envelope, loaded envelope, you wouldn't have that. You would just put this on there. I meant to do it the other way, and I've never done the extended pocket on the loaded bag. That I've never done, so that's probably why I got confused. I do get confused sometimes. Okay. Okay, now we are down. Make sure that nothing is stuck together where it's not going to work. See, like right here, I'm seeping out. So you want to make sure that's free. And now we are going to, still sticky, do this outer flap, but you're going to do both of them. Try not to get too much. And it might be a little tricky to get this all down even when you're doing this part here. So I kind of, with my fingers, just hold it in place. Press down the bottom there and then put my flap down. Hold it for a little bit. I'll let it go so that nothing sticks permanently. Like right now it's wanting to completely close my accordion here. So I gotta open that up. And I'm gonna go and use this. Actually, I should turn it upside down. So I'm gonna do this. And same thing over here. And then make sure that it's all open inside. And there we go. So now I have a smaller, I think I've made these bigger before, like a 1/2 inch, but I didn't really need to make it that big. So it closes like this and opens up. You got a little extra wiggle room in there to put things. And now I even have this extra that just happened to happen. And you could see that it's finished in there. Okay, so I'm going to take a break and then I'll come back and finish her up. But that's pretty much the gist of it. And make sure that I'm not glued down on the bottom there. I think I'm okay. Yeah, we're good. Be back. Okay, I am back again, and I am going to be putting an eyelet in because I know I'm going to hang a charm or a tassel or something in here. So I'm going to put an eyelet, and I'm not good at doing that. Sometimes they come out right, sometimes they don't. So we're just going to do the best we can. I do have in my eyelet and brad container a white one. Don't know what size it is. I do have a crocodile, which gives you options on, yeah, I don't know what the sizes are or how. I don't even know if I have it in the right setting because I keep trying different settings sometimes, and you know, but it'll punch your hole, and it's got 2 sizes. I think I need the bigger one or the smaller one. No, I think I need the smaller one. Maybe that's what my problem is. Let's try cutting the smaller one. Okay. And usually I put it on the right hand side. I don't know why, but I do. So we are just going to put it here and not on this piece. So I'm just going to go backwards. Hopefully I can get it in there. Oh, it's not going to be easy, but make it as close to the corner as possible without going too far. And see if that's the right size. I don't know if it's going to go through. Nope. I need the bigger one. Okay, so the next size up. So good thing this expands. And let's make it a bigger hole. So that should slip in there. Yep. And now, see, this is the part where I don't know if I'm supposed to do it upside down or right side up. We are going to, let's just try this way. Oops, let's switch that. Again, I'm not the best at this, so I'm just, yeah, it worked. Okay, I might have it a little too close to the edge there, as you can see, but I think it'll hold. I actually did a better job than I usually do. So not too bad. Okay, so now this will be ready for whenever I dangle whatever it is I'm going to dangle on here, which I don't know yet. Tassel maybe. Charm. Who knows? Whoops. Okay, I remember I have leaves, Velcro, not Velcro, felt leaves from, I think, here we go, from Michael's. So I'm thinking maybe just a couple. I have orange too. Let's see here. I could just put one. See how that works. Oh, I have gold. Never mind, I have some gold. Let me pull out the gold. Okay. So I don't need this pop dots in here. I'm just going to take them off. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm thinking of doing my own fringe and adding the gold, but we'll see. For now, I have the glue gun ready, so let's just glue my leaves down. Let me get this in a better position here. Okay. Okay. There we go. And I'm mainly doing it just to cover that little point there. Okay. Make sure that the glue is not going through the back. Okay, so that's finished in there. So now I'm going to try this again. And I don't know if I'm going to use both, but I was thinking since I do have my fringe scissors, maybe I could just go ahead and do my own thing. So we got this gold. Oh, it's sticky. Cool. Since I put the gold down, I figured, you know what? So I'm just going to go ahead and cut. I'm just going to cut it right here for now. I didn't even realize it was adhesive. It says fringe tape, so I should have known. Okay. So we could put this maybe here, and then I am going to... Oh, this stuff is so hard. Okay, I'm just going to use this. I don't know how good this is going to be for a fringe since it's so thick, but we'll see. Do I want to do it layered this way or this way? So I'm going to do a longer one. Oh no, it's going to go on top, so it's just got to be maybe there. It's really hard to cut. And okay, so now you can put a line across here so you don't cut all the way, but yeah, I'm just gonna eyeball it. Just gonna leave a little bit and hope it cuts, because it's really a thick cardstock. I might have to go back. I think I have to go from the inside. Yeah, it's better that way. Just don't go all the way over. Am I getting anywhere here? I think I missed a spot. No, that's done. This one here. Well, it's not all even. As you can see, it's pretty thick, so I'm just going to fringe it up a little bit. Oops. There. I can't get this back in. Okay. And I'm still going to put one more trim on top of that. So it's okay that it's not all the way. But let me see how that looks now. I don't know if that's too much. You think it's too much? Problem is that this is not curling up like I would like. Do I have to do this? You know what I mean? It's just not, it's all flat. And I want to see fringe. So I guess I have to scrunch it up. That's a little better. Let's see how well this sticks. Doesn't seem to have a lot of stickiness. Okay, and then we're going to put this one down. I left the border. I'm going to put something on top of that. But this is not too bad. Alright, so I got some of my trim out and I thought I would use this ivory colored braid. So I think that would be great because it brings in some of the lighter. I do have a white, but I don't know, maybe I should use the white because there's white here. But I was also kind of to blend in with that gray and the white and kind of give me this, so maybe I'll just leave it. So we're just going to go ahead and place that. It's a good width. I like to put this frayed edge in first so it holds, because once you cut it, it's going to fray. Alrighty, and then I'm going to go ahead and Just keep gluing down the line. And trim. And hopefully that doesn't fray right there. Okay. Alright. That's enough there because I still got to do my arrangement. But back here, I always like to finish it off somehow, and I'm not sure how this will look. So let me see, because I found some brown trim. I thought it'd be cool to put it there with this, maybe. But then, how is it going to look on the back? I kind of like that you could see some of that, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. That pin. And make sure it's all even from the back view or from the front view. Okay. Actually brings this darker brown down. All right. Okay. All right, let's put this aside for now. And then I'm still gonna embellish this with my neck handmade. But what are we going to put over here? So let's take out what I know is going in here for now. I'm going to be placing this in here somewhere, maybe there. And then this one, which is almost the same length, I might want to squeeze in the back. Or, I mean, I can always cut them down. Or I can tuck this inside over here, and that'll stay there. Then put this, let's see, so it's gonna layer, and I think I'm gonna do it something like this. Yeah, and then I have my dangle. I have to make shakers. How would it look? See, I'm still trying to get this in somehow, and I'm wondering if I can wrap them around here maybe. It's a good idea, but I don't like it. I don't like how it looks. This might not get used. Okay, so let's work on this part here. I don't want to go too crazy. I don't have a lot of embellishments. I might try to use these again. I thought I had another color. I guess not. but there is something that I would like to use. Hold on. I'm gonna try this out and see if it works, because I know it's not the right color, but I do think of fall for some reason. So I'm gonna just see, because these are clips from the Dollar Tree, and they didn't have actual fall colored ones. And instead of actually gluing it down, I'm thinking oh, okay, let's see. It's like too peachy. It doesn't match. This one here only has a touch of pink and peach, so let's try this one.